Right now on Good Morning America First Look, what's next for former Prince Andrew after his arrest amid the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, and two developments here at home concerning Epstein victims.
Reported tornadoes rip through the Midwest while fires rage in the plains, and now a possible nor'easter for the East Coast.
New revelations about the mishap that stranded two astronauts in space for months. Why NASA says it was a lot more serious than we thought.
Shocking video of an alleged fraternity hazing ritual, what police found in this basement.
Grey's Anatomy star Eric Dane passes away less than a year after revealing his fight with ALS. What he told us about what's important in life.
Team USA brings home gold. How the women's hockey team hopes to score from this big win.
President Trump responds to former President Obama's controversial comments about aliens. What he's now vowing to do.
And a new #1, how Amazon finally toppled Walmart.
From ABC News, this is Good Morning America First Look.
Good Friday morning, everyone. I'm Sophie Flay.
And I'm Mola Langi in for Hannah. We begin this Friday morning with several developments overnight in the Jeffrey Epstein investigation.
We're also learning more about the case against former Prince Andrew, the brother of King Charles. ABC's Lionel Moise begins our coverage.
This morning, the picture of former Prince Andrew leaving the police station is front-page news worldwide after the unprecedented arrest of a British royal. Headlines reading, "Now he's sweating, we can see you sneaking out, and what did they know?" King Charles's brother was held in custody for about 11 hours yesterday on suspicion of misconduct in public office. The accusation is thought to stem from his time as British trade envoy, documents raising questions about whether he sent confidential trade reports to sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
The fact that he got these confidential materials from government sources and then within 5 minutes forwarded them to Epstein, you betrayed the country.
Andrew was arrested at the king's private estate, but sources say Charles was given no advance notice. The king dodging questions after Andrew's arrest.
How are you feeling after your brother's arrest?
Surprising many by appearing at a Fashion Week event. He released a statement earlier saying, "What now follows is the full, fair, and proper process," pledging authorities will have his full and wholehearted support and cooperation.
This is so rare. It is quite remarkable. Maybe a few police officers have been charged with this, some lower level people working for the government, but MPs, people of the stature of Andrew, Mountbatten-Windsor, it never happens. This is unprecedented.
Although he was released while still under investigation, Andrew has not been charged. He was already stripped of his titles because of his ties to Epstein. Justice Department files include photos of Andrew kneeling over a young woman. He previously told the BBC that he cut ties with Epstein in 2010 after he was released from prison.
Do I regret the fact that he has quite obviously conducted himself in a manner unbecoming? Yes.
Unbecoming? He was a sex offender.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm being polite.
But newly released emails indicate his statement was not true because in early 2011, Epstein wrote to Andrew, "The press is piling on me in the States. Nothing to do, just want to make sure you're okay." And Andrew responded, "I'm just as concerned for you. Don't worry about me. It would seem we are in this together and we'll have to rise above it," adding, "Keep in close touch and we'll play some more soon." Andrew has long denied having sex with then-teenager Virginia Giuffre, who claimed she was trafficked to him by Epstein. Ultimately, Andrew paid Giuffre a settlement without admitting wrongdoing. She died by suicide last year. Her sister-in-law responding to Andrew's arrest.
It's not just a day for Virginia to revel in, but it's a day for every single survivor who has been screaming, who has felt silent, who has felt ordinary, who has been pushed under the rug.
Meanwhile, breaking overnight, court documents show the executors of Epstein's estate have agreed to settle a class action lawsuit filed by survivors for at least $25 million. The settlement does not include an admission of wrongdoing. Also in the last 24 hours, authorities in New Mexico have reopened an investigation into Epstein's ranch, which locals nicknamed the Playboy Ranch. Multiple girls alleged they were assaulted there, but records released by the Justice Department show an email from a prosecutor saying, "We have not searched the New Mexico property." We're also now seeing video of billionaire Les Wexner's deposition this week about his ties to Epstein. He claims they never interacted socially, but Wexner acknowledges Epstein stole hundreds of millions of dollars from him.
When you found out, why didn't you go after him? Is it because he was a good friend?
No. One of the things my dad told me, that you don't get a pissing contest with an elephant.
As for Andrew, this is rocking the monarchy. He's now the first British royal arrested in nearly 400 years. If convicted, misconduct in public office carries a maximum sentence of life imprisonment. Sophie, Mola?
Lionel, thanks. Now to a rare February tornado outbreak in the Midwest. Extensive damage is reported in Bloomington, Indiana. Several homes and other buildings are damaged, including an airport. 6 tornadoes were reported in Illinois. Check your forecast in just a few moments.
The clock may be ticking down towards a potential military strike against Iran. President Trump is giving Iran a deadline of 10 to 15 days to agree to a nuclear deal, or Trump says, quote, bad things will happen. He's demanding Iran give up its nuclear program. A person familiar with the planning says Trump is considering a limited strike to pressure Iran into making concessions. The Iranian regime is threatening to respond decisively to any aggression.
We're now learning the mishap that left 2 NASA astronauts stranded in space for nearly a year was more serious than initially thought. One official saying we almost had a really terrible day. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the details. Nicole, good morning.
Yeah, Sophie, a new review of that mishap blames not just the hardware provided by Boeing, but a culture that allegedly prioritized schedules over safety.
And splashdown, Crew 9 back on Earth.
This morning, NASA's new administrator is criticizing the agency and Boeing for the potentially disastrous maiden flight of Boeing's Starliner space capsule in 2024.
Programmatic advocacy exceeded reasonable bounds and placed the mission, the crew, and America's space program at risk.
It was supposed to be an 8-day stay on the International Space Station for Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams, but thruster problems nearly prevented them from reaching the station. Once on board, they wound up stranded there for more than 9 months, finally returning to Earth on a spacecraft owned by Elon Musk's company, SpaceX.
We're going to look forward and say, what are we going to use our lessons learned from this whole process and make sure that we are successful in the future.
The NASA review upgrades the seriousness of the incident to a Type A mishap, the same category as the Columbia and Challenger shuttle disasters. The review claims internal pressure to keep Boeing on track led managers to overlook the thruster failures, which nearly ended in catastrophe.
Starliner has design and engineering deficiencies that must be corrected, but the most troubling failure revealed by this investigation is not hardware. It's decision-making and leadership that if left unchecked, could create a culture incompatible with human spaceflight.
In a statement, Boeing says it's made, quote, substantial progress on corrective actions for technical challenges we encountered and driven significant cultural changes across the team that directly align with the findings in the reports. Meanwhile, overnight, some good news for NASA. It successfully completed a rehearsal for its Artemis II moon rocket after a hydrogen leak during the first test.
And that test is a key step towards launching 4 astronauts on a flight around the moon as soon as March 6th. Mola.
All right, Nicole, thank you. A developing story from Washington. The U.S. Labor Secretary's husband is accused of sexual assault. The New York Times reports Secretary Lori Chavez DeRemer's husband was banned from the Labor Department headquarters after 2 women accused him of sexual misconduct. Police are now investigating. No response yet from either the secretary or her husband.
We turn now to the passing of actor Eric Dane.
Eric Dane, the heartthrob star of Grey's Anatomy, will forever be immortalized as Dr. McSteamy.
This is awkward.
He would play the role of Dr. Mark Sloan for 6 seasons, 145 episodes. But more recently, it was the HBO series Euphoria that introduced him to a new generation.
Not my biggest regret. You are.
It was spring of last year when Dane announced he'd been diagnosed with ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. He opened up to Diane Sawyer.
Yeah, my left side is functioning. My right side is completely stopped working.
And then your left arm is fine?
No, it's going. I'm fighting as much as I can. There's so much about it that's out of my control.
Just 10 months after going public with his diagnosis, Dane passed away yesterday. A spokesperson saying he spent his final days surrounded by dear friends, his devoted wife, and his 2 beautiful daughters, Billy and Georgia, who were the center of his world.
My father was taken from me when I was young, and now, you know, there's a very good chance I'm going to be taken from my girls while they're very young. I mean, I really, at the end of the day, just all I want to do is spend time with my family and work a little bit if I can.
And make sure that you tell them that you love them.
Every day. Every day. They're loved. They know it.
And we are thinking of his family. Dane was just 53. We have more reaction from his colleagues and more about ALS on our website, abcnews.com.
Time now for your Friday weather.
Good morning. Another round of snow in the Four Corners. That'll be winding down for the weekend. Still getting rid of some snow in the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes. Snow and a mix in the Northeast and some showers in the Southeast. Rainy morning from D.C. to New York. There's going to be some snow and ice in the interior Northeast. Could be a few inches from Boston to Maine. Some icing Pennsylvania into Connecticut. Watching those two storm tracks. They're still in play. Light to moderate snowfall. Pretty good bet here Sunday into Monday into the Northeast parts of the Mid-Atlantic. That's your forecast. I'm ABC News meteorologist Lee Goldberg. Have a great weekend.
Coming up, the veterans trying to stop President Trump from building a triumphal arch.
But first, what we've learned about this shocking video of an alleged fraternity hazing.
And how the U.S. women's hockey team hopes to score off their gold medal victory.
What's going on tonight?
It's their lead up to initiation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, new video has surfaced from an alleged hazing incident at the University of Iowa. Police finding 56 pledges, some blindfolded, covered in ketchup and alcohol. The frat has been suspended until 2029.
A banner featuring President Trump now hangs outside the Justice Department in Washington. Critics are raising concerns, saying the Justice Department is supposed to be independent. A spokesperson said, "We are proud of making America safe again," at President Trump's direction. And a group of veterans is suing to stop President Trump from building a new arch near Arlington National Cemetery. The lawsuit claims Trump has yet to seek the necessary approvals.
Now to Americans striking gold. From women's hockey to women's figure skating, Team USA is racking up the medals and making history. This morning, Team USA celebrating historic wins. Women's hockey taking gold after beating rival Canada in a thrilling comeback. With just over 2 minutes left in the third period, Captain Hillary Knight tying the score 1-1, her record-breaking 15th Olympic goal. That sent the game into overtime, with Megan Keller netting the game winner.
Every single player is, to me, top tier, best in the world. We're really a family, so it makes it all the more special.
For Knight, the big game wasn't the only thing on her mind this week. She proposed to fellow Olympian and speed skater Brittany Bowe, and Brittany said yes.
I think I was more nervous for the proposal than I was for the gold medal game, to be honest, and my legs felt like Jell-O, and so.
The Professional Women's Hockey League here at home is now hoping to boost the sport's popularity following the team's success, and they already appear to be gaining new fans. One upcoming game is nearly sold out. As for the men's team, they face Slovakia today. The winner advances to the gold medal game, and there was more dominance on the ice for the U.S., this time in figure skating. Alyssa Liu capturing gold in women's singles at just 20 years old. It's the first gold for an American woman in this category since 2002. Liu had retired from the sport at 16 before deciding to make her comeback.
For me, this Olympics means a lot because my friends and family were out there watching. And in Beijing, I didn't have a crowd, so the fact that there's a crowd here just hyped me up even more, and I was honored to perform for everyone.
Some great storylines there. Looking at the medal count, the U.S. enters the day in second place with 27 medals. Still some time to rack up a few more.
Yeah, exactly. Coming up, a lesson for drivers after a wild school bus crash.
Yeah. Also ahead, a new announcement about the government's search for aliens.
It's gonna hit the button.
We're back with a wild crash. A Jaguar slamming into the back of a school bus near Fort Myers, Florida. No students were on board, and somehow the driver of the car was okay. Police reminding people, pay attention.
Well, police in Wisconsin say the man who stole this ambulance was naked behind the wheel. A patient was actually in the back of the ambulance when the man stole it. She could be heard yelling. The man was finally taken into custody after the ambulance got stuck in some mud.
We turn now to an age-old question and a new push for answers.
A major development in the search for answers on whether we're alone in the universe. President Trump overnight said he will now direct the Pentagon and other relevant agencies to begin releasing documents related to alien and extraterrestrial life. It follows this stunning admission recently from former President Obama when he was asked about the existence of aliens.
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in, what is it?
Area 51?
Area 51. There's no underground facility unless there's this enormous conspiracy and they hid it from the President of the United States.
Obama later walked back on those comments, saying the universe is so vast that the odds are good there's life out there, but saying, I saw no evidence during my presidency that extraterrestrials have made contact with us. Really? Still, President Trump accuses Obama of crossing a line with his comments.
He gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake. I may get him out of trouble by declassifying.
Congress has already held hearings on videos like these, showing a U.S. drone tracking a glowing orb off Yemen in 2024. The drone fired a missile, but it appeared to simply bounce off the object. The former head of the Pentagon program investigating these objects testified nothing should be ruled out.
So aliens are real? Well, I don't know if they're real or not.
Trump says his order to release the documents was in response to tremendous interest in the subject.
Well, coming up, a first look at the new Toy Story movie.
Plus, Amazon finally topples Walmart. Time to check the pulse. We begin with the sign of the time.
Yeah, thanks to online shoppers, Amazon has now surpassed Walmart as the world's largest company in terms of sales. Amazon posted nearly $717 billion in revenue last year, about $4 billion more than Walmart.
That ends Walmart's 13-year streak at the top. Next, the Toy Story 5 movie trailer is out now.
Yeah, all looking forward to seeing this one. The characters meet another new high-tech toy, the Smart Tablet.
I want to talk to you, device.
Please, call me Lily.
Me and the toys have been working all summer to try and get Bonnie to make friends.
Yeah.
But then you had to ruin it. You're not even listening to me.
I'm always listening.
Toy Story 5 from our parent company Disney hits theaters in June. Next, a new home for the Bears.
Chicago's favorite football team may be moving out of state. Indiana lawmakers have okayed a bill to allow the Bears to build a new stadium. It would be 30 miles away from Chicago. Stay tuned. Speaking of bears, check out these ones on the slopes.
Yeah, 3 bears were spotted hanging out with skiers in Truckee, California. Someone behind the camera up on the chairlift tried to alert the people down below to get out of the way.
But they said apparently they didn't bother anyone. Top headlines next. Checking more top stories, the former Prince Andrew has been released but remains under investigation for possible misconduct in public office. The accusation is thought to stem from his time as British trade envoy amid questions about whether he sent confidential information to Jeffrey Epstein.
A manhunt is underway in Idaho for a suspect who crashed an ambulance into a building where the Department of Homeland Security rents offices. The suspect apparently tried to set a fire before fleeing.
President Trump is giving Iran 10 to 15 days to agree on a nuclear deal, or he warns bad things will happen. The U.S. military is building up assets in the region.
Well, President Trump has signed an order to boost production of a chemical in the weed killer Roundup, which has been the subject of lawsuits claiming it's linked to cancer. Now, the order says production of herbicides with the chemical is needed to protect the food supply.
Today's weather: snow in New England, rain across the rest of the East, snow in the Rockies, fire danger in the Southern Plains.
And finally, one dog who really loves her owner.
Here's Danny New.
Get a wiener dog. And the first sign of cold weather.
It may be National Love Your Pet Day.
They are very, very determined.
But Bonnie here is going to need her own holiday for how much she loves Brian.
She's being possessive with me right now. She's like, hey, don't look at the camera, look at me.
Over the past year, millions on social media have fallen in love with Bonnie's drive time ritual.
No, she did a barrel roll. Look at that.
As this 2-year-old dachshund does whatever it takes to get inside Dad's sweater.
So she will nap inside of your shirt.
Absolutely. She'll climb in there to take a nap. dog.
For the record, Brian has many dogs, horses, and cows on his 70-acre farm in Idaho.
You can do it all.
But he says Bonnie has always had a unique devotion to the religion of burrowing.
She's kind of a little bit of a prima donna. I've got 4 daughters, and Bonnie acts like a teenage girl.
In fact, Brian says he's only ever had one other dog this passionate about breaching his shirt collar, and guess who it was?
What do you think, Agnes, huh?
Bonnie's mother, Agnes, who sadly passed away in the past year.
So does it feel like she's kind of carrying Agnes's spirit by being protective of you?
Yeah, she is very much her mom's dog.
However, if you scroll through Brian's comments section on TikTok, it seems a lot of pets are honoring Agnes in their own clingy/lovey way.
Bonnie, you with us?
Hey, wake up, girl. Love you too. Love you too.
For the record, guys, Brian believes this behavior has a lot to do with finding warmth when it's cold out, but apparently Bonnie will immediately pull out of a sweater whenever he pulls up to a drive-thru, naturally. Bonnie's adorable.
Adorable. That's your Good Morning America First Look.